Kobe.
Is
Who's
Kobe
had
by
a
doing
better
nothing.
3 months and then Kobe Bryant?
Win a championship and then do nothing. That's probably the best thing you can do in the NBA right now. All right, let's talk to the folks in Cleveland here. Let's get the perspective from Cleveland. Aaron Goldhammer is from ESPN 850 in Cleveland. He joins us on the Subway Fresh Take Hotline. We're just going to open it up to you here, Aaron. Go ahead. The couch is yours. The air is yours. Can you explain to America how it is the folks in Cleveland feel today?
No, I really can't, because I think it's something that's so unique to this city. You know, it's such a proud sports town, such passionate fans, but really everybody here was crushed last night, not only with LeBron's decision. We always knew there was a good chance that he was going to leave, but the way he did it, and I've been saying this for a few days, guys, I cannot believe it's the worst of all possible scenarios. LeBron blew it in Game 5 and Game 6 of the Boston series. He kind of had Cleveland waffling back and forth for this bizarre 6-week super secret free agency period. And then he let everybody in his hometown down and crushed everyone emotionally, really humiliated the city on national TV, on ESPN last night. It's an all-timer.
What did you make of the Dan Gilbert response?
I thought he maybe went over the top a little bit. Listen, fans in this town are very angry, and rightfully so. And I think everybody here kind of, was proud to be a Clevelander after they read that last night. And certainly now everybody's sticking up for him. I would just be a little bit concerned that Dan really wasn't accountable at all for the part of this that's his responsibility and his fault. And it's not all LeBron's fault. Certainly he and Gilbert share the blame in what happened in Cleveland the last 7 years, and the fact that they didn't win a title. To shove all of it on LeBron, I think, is unfair. And I think at the same time it was unfair of LeBron to not take any of the blame for the fact that he didn't win a title in Cleveland. I think in the long run it might do more damage to the Cavs organization than it did help. But I think it was important for Dan to come out and say something strong right after all Cavs fans were just crushed last night.
Aaron Goldhammer is from ESPN 850 in Cleveland. If he had gotten Chris Bosh, I mean, the stories we hear is that he was actively recruiting Chris Bosh to Cleveland as recently as last week. If he had gotten Chris Bosh to come to Cleveland, do you think LeBron would have stayed?
No, I don't think there was any scenario, actually, under which LeBron really was going to stay. I'm with you, and that's just a gut feeling. I think this was all orchestrated during the Olympics in 2008, and they all three were going to end up playing together. And I just think Miami had things like Pat Riley and the ability to get all three guys on the same team that I just didn't see him staying in Cleveland, in hindsight now, really under any scenario.
We're up against it. Can you quickly, when tragedy befalls you to some degree, eventually you have to ask the question, what now?
Well, I think the Cavs have to go back to square one. The way they got good in the first place was by basically tanking a season, winning 17 games, and then getting the #1 overall pick and landing LeBron James. I think, Dan Gilbert's a very proud owner. I think his initial reaction is going to want to make some trades and try to do whatever he can do to get the Cavs back to respectability as fast as possible. But there are going to be some lean years. You don't lose the two-time MVP and bounce back with a 60-win season. So I'd expect the Cavs to not be anywhere near as good as they've been for the last couple of years. And if they're smart, I think they'll tear it all the way down before you can kind of start to build it back up. You got to go backwards here if you're Cleveland.
Well done, Aaron. Thank you very much for jumping in. That's Aaron Goldhammer from ESPN 850. We're going to get reaction from New York in this hour. We'll have Tim Legler in this hour. We will have John Barry in this hour. And we want you also to